The uptime begins now. Sorry, just the way Wisebot does that makes me want to, do that. In fact, I'm going to do it again because, it says I really should have an intro for my channel. So, I guess I'm going to make one. And, right, I'm going to do a countdown, and I'm going to say some shit, and then we'll clip the shit, and then we'll put that shit as my intro. Ha ha! Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome to the channel of Longwood Geek, the, Longwood of Geeks. I am a alumnus of a certain university, and I'm a geek, so it just fit. Welcome to the Grove. That's what I like to call my space. My digital trees are growing well, and I hope you enjoy your cyber druidic journey through my liminal space. Again, I'm Longwood Geek. I stream just about anything. I do have, some themes I run with, mostly science fiction. I do love philosophy as well, so if you have any recommendations for sci-fi games that are philosophical as well, please feel free to let me know. I have new commands in my channel. You should totally see what happens if you try to go to Red Alert. Or maybe you're more interested in reading some books or playing some games. You could always do exclamation point gaming and see what games I recommend that you play. Or exclamation point books. See what books I recommend. Argue with me about them. I want discussions. I don't just want gameplay. I want discussions with awesome people. It's the whole reason I'm doing this Twitch thing. See, I used to do radio. And radio is a little bit different. Now, I wouldn't say that my radio persona is a bit demonic, but Alistair and I share a lot in common. In fact, here, let me give you some of my radio journey here. You're listening to K-Fuck, the fuckiest station on this side of the moon. You've got DJ Geek here with his co-host, DJ Demonic 3, and we're going to start it off with some Pantera. How's that sound? Huh? Sound good to you? Alright. So anyways, welcome to my channel. I hope you have a great time. I am as silly as you want me to be or serious as you need me to be. So, feel free to come by and know that you have a safe space to express yourself, and we treat people like family here. Actual family. Not the dysfunctional one that your workplace keeps trying to push upon you. So again, thank you very much for stopping by, and I look forward to entertaining you. Longwood Geek, out. Okay, cool. I'll clip the fuck out of that and turn that into my intro. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I probably should have remembered to pick a topic to talk about. Now that the intro's... Son of a bitch! All that. And it didn't record my face. Okay, so we're just gonna I have to pick some random streams of mine, clip out just some random shit and throw it together over that voice. Great, now I just gave myself more work to do. Yay! I'm going to work. Please kill me. Please, for the love of God, kill me now. Anyways, that is totally a joke. No one should ever do anything like that. This is literally me just making fun of the fact that I forgot to put my face on. Yeah, like I said, I have a face for radio. What can I say? I should probably get that off of here. Oops. What am I going to play tonight? I really don't know. I could continue on with what I was playing the other day, but I'm trying to remember what I was playing the other day. This is what happens, people, when you have neurological issues, especially when they get untreated. Well, the fudge. Fudgy, fudge, fudge. Monster Hunter World. I could play that. My ass builder demo. Jump Space just had an update. Actually, what did they... Alright, small update, artillery finale, they fixed something. Here we go, fix the bug, we're upgrading components, wouldn't show venture progress. Visual feedback, loot boys can sometimes spawn dash. Okay, great. Updated blueprints said missing higher tiers of their components, which meant if the player upgraded the component, they could no longer craft it in the assembler. Fix so the player ship can't die in a cutscene. That's probably a good idea. Fix bug where some audio was missing. Fix so there's enough salvage to finish salvage missions. Okay, yeah, that might be a little important. And minor memory cleanups. Well. My. Alright. I've got a lot of stuff installed. I just don't know what I want to play. What was in 7? Oh, okay. Alright, anything else? Oh, well, of course. So. Thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Actually, I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. Story of my life, by the way. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing, and... oh, fuck, I keep forgetting Stream Elements has that link. God, that's an old video now. The beans are almost 5. Oh, you bastards. Oh, you motherfucking bastards. Oh, you motherfuck. Okay, I've got to watch, I guess, the rest of the language. Son of a bitch, man. Big old sci-fi promo. Grrr. Already have, really want, but not at that price. Already have. Pretty sure I already have that. Yep, Distant Worlds 2, there it is. I don't know when I got it, but I got it. Don't have that one, don't have that one. It's only 99 cents, that's not terrible. Yeah, Robocop's already in my library. I own this on Steam and Switch. Own this on Steam. Own this like 4 different ways. The Altars I'm not that interested in. It's a puzzle-based game, and I just don't do a lot of puzzle games. Homeworld Remaster Collection I have. I do have I think I have all of Armada 2 for Battlefleet Gothic. I don't have the Everspace 2 DLCs yet, but I also haven't played through the vanilla one, so I've heard this is supposed to be good. I own this. I own Stellaris. I have the original Heist I haven't finished yet. I want to finish it before I play it. I have a very fluffy kitty beside me, too. Hi, Asky. What you doing, a fluffy one? How did you keep your kitten down? I mean, you were just so damn soft and fluffy.
You're so fluffy, I want to squish you. But not in a bad way. I like in a Perry the Platypus way.
Anyways. I have Space Haven. I thought about Baldur's Sky, but it seems it's more. I don't know. I need to do some more looking on it. Alpha Protocol is excellent. I have Galciv 2 and 3. Showing 854 games on sale. Okay, we're going to show only discounted. Hide all of the owned products. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. That went from how many? 854 to 791. That's how many of the games I own. Okay, hide DLC and extras. All right, that dropped it down to 486. We're just gonna go through what's on sale. Actually, this is what I would consider kind of nice. Give me 1 second. I wanna add in video capture device. No, what number 3? I think I want this one. Add existing. It's this one. Let's see. Actual stream video capture device. Video capture device. Oh, turn to my webcam. Defaults. Yes. Oh, I'm on. Why are you not? Okay, Logi, custom. 1920 by 1080. Cancel. What is working? So if I do full screen. Okay, I see. So I need. Nope, not that one. Hold on. Yeah. Here, I need you to go like way up there. Come on. You can do it. There we are. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, so let's see what we've got. And I want to sort from, no, I want title A to Z. Here we go. I have this on Switched. Not interested. I have the other AIM games. I don't have the AIM racing, and I'm not really that big into racing games. Planetfall, Age of Wonders Planetfall is not bad. I have it. I'm glad I don't have this edition because it looks like Dr. Disrespect, and if that face was any uglier, it would have scared a starving dog off a gut truck. I mean, dear God, why? Why? It's the age of wondering what the fuck they were thinking. I do have AI War. I don't have all of the DLC, but I do have the main game. Alien Breed I have. I've got that wish listed. I own Alpha Protocol. Alt Frequencies is one I've looked at because I love the idea of tuning in and finding a frequency that, you know, takes you literally back in time. Back in time. Dum, 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 dum. My big jug of water. Stay hydrated, my friends. I've never heard of a medieval, but it looks more like a shooter. Anomaly, I've heard, is good actually. I think I own the first Anomaly. I haven't played the others. Another World, I have played this on so goddamn many different formats that everything from PC to, and I'm talking like DOS and Amiga, to Genesis and SNES and everywhere in between. If you haven't played Another World, you are not alive. because everyone's played Another World. Like, for real, it's been out there. Arc Runner seems interesting. I don't know much about Army of Ruin. Ashes of the Singularity Escalation. I think I have. I do Spanish, not French. Fuck off. I'm having a neurological thing. Au revoir. Whew. Boy, that one took a second. Let's see what it says here. I've never heard of this. This is immortality is a privilege of the wealthy. Au revoir dominates the market with synthetic brains capable of storing human consciousness. Okay, so it's a puzzler. Well, or not puzzler, but a point and click. We'll add that to my wish list. See, the problem is the money right now. Oh, it's going to make me... Oh, no. It stayed about where I was. Cool. Okay, I can live with that. I don't know. I don't want to set the world on fire. Alright, we're going to find out what we can about Baldur's Sky. Because I don't know anything about it, and it's a mech game. I will give you some sink water in a little bit. Yeah, you watch your mouth. Oh, furry one. You've got water in the kitchen. You would think I never gave my cats, food or water from the noises they make, but what can I say? Except, boy, that finger pop I needed. Been overworking the middle finger on my right hand. I can't imagine why. Okay, so Baldur's Sky, fast-paced mech action game where... Alright, so it's normally $50. Okay, so they're visual novels combined with mech action. So, Baldur's Sky is okay, let's check out what it says on GOG. As you can see, the GOG is showing the lower price. Anyways. This is a combined release of the Japanese games Baldur's Sky Dive 1 Lost Memory and Baldur's Sky Dive 2 Recordare. Or Recordare. Recorderoy. Ugh, bad texture. Bad. Corduroy. Bad. Bad corduroy. Anyways, people implant brain chips to escape off into virtual worlds. Alright. But it doesn't tell me a lot about... That's great. Here we go. Combines visual novel storytelling and 3D action game combat. Branching tech tree with weapons for your mech that gain experience and evolve. Customize your loadouts with your choice from over 100 unique weapons. Extensively customizable UI with plugins, 5 levels of difficulty. Survival mode. Carries your progress through multiple playthroughs to unlock new story branches and help you discover the truth. For $20... You know what? We're just scrolling right the fuck back up. This is on my wish list. If I get the money before it goes away at that price, I will get it. But, I can't. That last one, I can't. Base one I've heard, unfortunately, bad things about. Battlefield Gothic we talked about. Battle Void Harbinger I already have. I have Between the Stars. For some reason I think mine's blue. Beyond Two Souls, not Quantic Dreams' best, but from what I understand, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's just not as good as people wanted it to be, I think is kind of what happened there. Biped looks like a puzzler. Black Future 88 I've got on my Switch. And it's pretty fun, especially for $2. Yeah, get it. I don't know anything about Black Hole, except that I believe it's a puzzler. Black Wind's a fighter. Blade Runner, you should get. Blake Stone, I played when he came out. I'm old. Actually, I turned 42 in less than a month. I was born punk. Not really. I also wasn't Gen X either. Okay, now I have, believe it or not, I own this physically, Breach, and Rules of Engagement. I bought Breach and Rules of Engagement 2 off of the GOG store because there's an interesting thing that you can do if you have both pieces of software. You can actually link Rules of Engagement 2 with Breach 2, and you can do the same with Rules of Engagement and Breach, the originals. So if you decided to play a planet-based thing on in Rules of Engagement 2, it would switch to Breach 2 for you to actually do the combat. And it would bring up its, because Breach was designed as a ground or space like soldier combat, whereas Rules of Engagement is kind of like a grand strategy and controlling starships. Yes, I know my sugar's probably a little up. That's why I've been drinking a lot of water. So I do recommend that. I've never played the Bridge Constructor with Portal, but I've heard if you like puzzle games, it's great. Chorus I own. Chronomaster I own. Okay, that does not. You did that on purpose. Because that is not click holding. It is, but it isn't. Close to the Sun, from what I understand. Great walking simulator, but that's about as good as it got. Cloudpunk, definitely recommend. I watched Zeke play this, and I went and bought it because of how good it was. So, and I wanted to support the developer. So, yes, Cloudpunk, good choice. What is Code Bunny? I know not this bunny of code. This lop of Lisp. Let's see. Code Bunny. I've never heard of this. Okay, it is Code Bunny. Axel and Hazel are members of the Vi Space Program, a project aiming to harness the perfect energy source, Aether, from Comet Yelaster. When the new enemy dubbed Mad Bunny threatens the project they must fight, however, they will uncover a hidden conspiracy as well as many secrets behind the nature of the world they live in. It's a 2D fast-paced platformer with combat mechanics and high-speed movement. So it looks like a Metroidvania. If you're into Metroidvanias, this might be one to check out. I mean, it's only $2 off, but I mean, it's also only $10 to begin with. Commander Keen? No, I played it when it came out. Okay. Let's see. Canarium. No, nothing about Coridon. Cryptarch's not bad. Weird, but not bad. Crystal Caves. God, I played the original. Yeah, it's another old one. Same with Siberia. Cybernetic Fault, I've thought about a couple times. It's a puzzler, but it involves like cybernetics. Now, if you want a fun, fun twin stick shooter, Danger Scavenger is really good. I definitely recommend it. Let's see. This is sad. These are supposed to be hilarious. The Deponia series. I know very, very little about them. Descent! I actually have the books. Believe it or not, there is a novel series for Descent by Peter Tellep. And it actually gives Descent a backstory. An actually somewhat decent backstory. I'm not going to lie. When I read it, I read a lot of books, or at the time, read a lot of books that were video game related. Like, most people don't know that there's an XCOM novel by Diane Duane. who happens to be one of my absolute favorite female authors. She's done a bunch of the best Star Trek novels I've ever read. So, I mean, but people don't realize that exists. There's a Planescape Torment book. Burn it. I'm sorry, read it. Burn it. Trust me, you'll want to. After you finish reading that Planescape Torment book, you will want to burn it. You'll also probably want to burn the Doom books, but that's only because I'm pretty sure doing so will open a portal to hell. The Doom books were the weirdest shit I have ever read. By the end of it, I'm like, am I Mormon now? Because I kid you not, Mormonism actually plays a somewhat heavy part in the Doom novels. It's so weird. Like I mean, I can't even... The level of weird that it makes it to is impressive. It is inspiring. Terrifying. But fun. But fun. I mean, seriously, you gotta read them at least once. At least once. But to give you an idea of how bad the books were, I had to return the second one and get a new copy because it literally fell apart in my hands. However they had bound it at the print shop, they did the glue. The glue went, nope. I'm not staying on this. This shit sucks. And the glue probably just crawled away. But literally, the book just... I opened the book up to read it, and the pages just go whoosh. I'm literally holding the cover, an empty cover, with all these pages on the floor. It was an interesting summer. That's all I'm gonna say, and that was the start to it. Oh, I'm sorry. I just remember that is actually a very good memory for me. Oh God, that series was so bad. So bad. If I can find my copies of them, I will do a reading of the first one on stream. I will. I promise. Oh God, what have I done to myself? Woo! In fact, I'm sorry. I gotta pull something up real quick. Jesus. Oh, because I'm about to blow some of y'all's minds. Oh, video game collection time. All right, we are gonna go to here we go, gaming books. Now, here's the deal. I happen to store a lot of things in my bum. Yes, I am anal retentive, especially when it comes to my collection. So, to give you an idea, there are, and I kid you not, 2 Tex Murphy novels. Okay. An Alan Wake novel. In fact, actually, let me sort by... Yeah, I want the blanks. Come on. Actually, we'll keep the manga. Okay, so... the Dot Hack. Now, okay, there are some games that came out as part of a multimedia project. So something like Dot Hack is not unsurprising that it has tie-in novels. Hold that thought for just a second. Here we go. This way you can see things a little better. So, Dot Hack having, mangas and novels and stuff like that, not surprising. But Tex Murphy Tex Murphy, Alan Wake, Brute Force. One game on. Hold on. Thank you. This had like one game on OG Xbox, and it got a novel. Now these three here, I thought there were 3 games, but so far, all I've been able to find is Countdown to Doomsday, which has First Power Play, and Matrix Cubed. I don't see Prime Squared anywhere. Keith, I love Keith. Keith is awesome. I have met Keith and am friends with him. Nice guy. Definitely. I haven't read his Command & Conquer book, though. Hey, who played Defender on the Atari? Who played Defender Hyperswarm when it came to GameCube? Boy, I just saw a bunch of hands go away. So, yes, Defender, Hyperswarm, got it. The Descent books, got them. Diablo. Now, Diablo actually had 2 different sets of books. There were sets of what you would call non-fiction. Obviously, it's fiction because it's a fictional world. But it was like books of maps of Diablo and stuff like that. But for novels, I mean, there's actually several Diablo novels. I don't have all of them. I have a few of them. Disgaea kind of similar to Dot Hack in that except the manga I think came after the games. Pretty sure this actually is the one based on the movie with The Rock. Not the best Doom movie to watch. Hardcore Henry. If you want something like Doom, watch Hardcore Henry. Seriously. Watch Hardcore Henry. Dragon Age has its own series of books. I don't have all of them, but I'm getting there. Same with EVE Online. I'm not sure. Now, this one's a weird one because this is EverQuest. R.A. Salvatore presents The Rogue's Hour, but the actual author of the book is Scott Cienson. So I've actually got to go back and figure out if this was just like a collection that Salvatore curated, or if he based it off of the book that Salvatore wrote. I actually don't know. So that's something I do plan on rectifying. Gauntlet. Yes, that Gauntlet. Now, this is the GameCube, I think, again. Dark Legacy, Path of Evil. Hey, I know Richard White. I forgot about that. Nice guy. Halo. I mean, I really don't need to tell you, Halo is a multimedia property, much like Dot Hack. It has graphic novels. It has its own form of nonfiction. It has a great series of fiction. The comics that they come out with are really good. But that's not surprising. Who's going to be surprised that Halo has books? Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. Most of you have probably never played this, but it's available on the venerable 3DO and PC. And my ex-wife actually read it and kind of liked it. So, cool. There's a Hitman book. Now, I have met William C. Dietz. He's a nice guy. But he definitely writes good books. I haven't read the Hitman one yet because I don't read a lot of thrillers. I read a lot of sci-fi and I read some nonfiction. But I don't generally do thrillers. So, like the Bourne series, the Bourne Supremacy and stuff like that. I've seen the movies. I've never read the books. But the books by Ludlum are supposed to be really, really good. Kingdom Hearts is one that we're just gonna pretend that the mangas don't exist, but they do. Lord of Lances. Now, this was a weird one because it was by Mark Akers, and it is in the world that Jerry Pournelle, rest his soul, made in Combat Command, which is a game series. It made my head hurt. Why is this... hold that thought for just a second. Somebody messed up my font. Here we go. Okay, Mage Knight. Now, Mage Knight is based off of a pen and paper game series. If it's a game, anything, it ended up on this list. And as I said, I am what we like to refer to as retentive in the anal capacity. So, actually, I don't have that one. Oh, I see what happened. Alright, so we need to do the whole line here. Whole line gets Ariel. Under the sea. Under the sea. This goes as a strategy guide. So this is the Maniac Mansion hint book. This is, believe it or not, a novel that has the Mark Miller's Traveler. It's a novel set in the Traveler universe. I think Traveler 4. I don't think it's Traveler 5. Traveler 5, I think, is the most recent Traveler. It's the most recent that I have. And I happen to really like Traveler. It's the only game system I know of that you can die in character creation. Mass Effect, much like Dragon Age, Mass Effect had its own tie-in novel series. Some better than others. And this one is Mega Man Official Game Secrets. You are a strategy guide. How did I not have you as a strategy guide before? Okay, Metro 2034. So most people know that the Metro games were based off the novel series by Dmitry Glukhovsky, so not unsurprising. The book came first. And then basically the game Metro 2 and Metro 3 break away from the book. The canon ending, I don't want to say in case somebody wants to play it, but there is a canon ending, and then there's the ending that happens in the book. So that's all I'm going to say on that one. Might and Magic, The Dream Right, of course. Mortal Kombat, haven't read, but probably will at some point. Mutant Chronicles, again, this is another... Sorry, I got something on my glasses. Pen and paper that also had a tie-in novel. Myst. Myst actually has a huge novel series. I'm not joking. Myst has got like 12 books, I think, based on all the ages of Myst and all the Myst games. I only have the first one because I am not crazy. I am insane. I am not crazy. There's a difference. I don't know what the difference is, but there is. Planescape Torment. You two need to go and actually play the game. Like, seriously. This whole thing just pissed me off. To no end. Primal Rage. Who remembers Primal Rage, the arcade game? Guess what? It got a book. What the fuck? It's a game where you can literally piss on the other player's corpse. And it's like acidic. It like eats them. And there's a novel. Now, Realms of Arcania got a novel, which I thought was cool. Rebel Moon. It's a Rebel Moon Rising. If you know what I mean. Alright, this needs to be Ariel. And you need to be Strategy Guide. Okay. So, Rebel Moon actually was pretty good. Has nothing to do with any of the video game, or well, there is a video game that came out around this time called Rebel Moon that the book was based on, but it didn't do very well. And if you know Vox Day, you can probably guess why the book didn't do very well either. Dumbass. And I don't mean that for Bruce Bethke. I actually don't know Bruce Bethke. But Vox Day, yeah, no, Vox dumbass. Resident Evil 5 completed. Oh, it might help if I could spell official correct. In case you guys haven't figured it out yet, this is all shit I own. Resistance. Now this actually got a couple of books. This was based on the Resistance game for PlayStation 3. William C. Dietz was the one that wrote it. Again, I've read his other stuff. Definitely recommend it. Shadow Warrior for Dead Eyes Only. Now, I want you to know this is off the original Shadow Warrior. The Lo Wang who made all the terrible jokes. Yeah, this is what this novel's based on. It. Shattered Light's another pen and paper that I actually have. No, I haven't met him, but I have read more of William Forstein's because he did a bunch of the Wing Commander books, and the Wing Commander books I definitely recommend. Um, I haven't read the Alpha Centauri books yet, but I plan to actually. I've got all three of them. They're all by Michael Eli, so it's not like there's going to be sudden changes. Like, I get worried when you see a book like this that's by one author, book two's by a second author, and book three's a different author. It tends to worry me a little bit. Now, there may be good thematic reasons for it, but I haven't read it to know. Now, the Sniper Elite series, who thought that was going to get a novel? Not me! And we're not even going to talk about the Star Control novel. If I ever meet WT Quick, I'm going to ask him if he ever actually played Star Control 2 or 3. I mean, as long as he played 2, I'd be happy. If he played 3, and Tango will argue with me on this one. 3 was considered by many to be the worst in the series, but that's because it didn't follow the adventure kind of ship-based stuff that you were used to in Star Control 1 and 2. It's not a bad game. It's just not what people expected. Star Crusader, again, based off of an older game. Now, StarCraft, of course, got a huge media franchise. And some of the really good authors, too. Tracy Hickman, Christy Golden, Keith DeCandido, William C. Dietz. I mean, great. I've read most of the StarCraft novels, and they've been very good. Especially the ones that don't tie directly into the game. These are great because they don't try to play the game and just write about it. It talks about stuff outside of what you're seeing on the planets, and it's all canon. Now, Suikoden, I love Suikoden 1 and 2 because of the massive amount of gameplay hours you can get with it. It's some of the few fantasy strategy games that I really like. But this is based on Suikoden 3, and these are the mangas for it. I have a couple copies of The Dig. Now, the novel of The Dig, this is one of the few times, because The Dig is a point-and-click adventure, this is one of the few times you really can just write the game as a novel, because it's a point-and-click adventure. And, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, you're talking Alan Dean Foster, who's written so many different movie adaptations and novelizations and books that have become movies. You can't go wrong with it. The Dig really is a good book. The Forgotten Realms, Pool of Radiance, Ruins of Myth Draenor. I'm going to read at some point. I do need to read The Sword of Midras because I do want to play the Shroud of the Avatar. I just haven't had the money to play it. Tom Clancy, of course, his is a multimedia thing that kind of sometimes was written before the games, sometimes after. I'll tell you one of the because I don't read a lot of thrillers. I don't play a lot of thrillers, but Rainbow Six, the original Rainbow Six novel, was really, really good. I definitely recommend it. But you got Tom Clancy's Hawks, which was a one-game thing, which was the jet-based one. And then, of course, the Splinter Cell book. It's not Turok, it's Turok. Turok, Jesus. Turok. Arena of Doom is book 3. So Michael Teitelbaum wrote these. And these are young adult books. I haven't read them yet, but I'm going to. Same thing with the Ultima books. I need to read those. Unreal. Now, the 2 Unreal books are also young adult books. Warcraft book number 1. Warcraft is, again, big multimedia universe. Not surprised. But what did surprise me is that there is a book that is specifically for Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior, the game where you play as a Tau Fire Warrior. War Machine. is based on a pen and paper system. And I know another author that writes in it. The Wizardry series got a book. Here is the XCOM one that I was talking about. That Diane Duane wrote. When did I put this one in? This is one of the last ones I put in. Ariel. And you are Stretch God. I can tell because the publisher is Prima! Alright, so let's go under Gaming Oddities. Now, this is some of the odd... No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Gaming Memorabilia. That's the one I was looking for. And actually, let me go back to Gaming Books. Type... select all. See, I didn't show you all the stuff, but that's also because in here I have a lot of magazines as well, as you can see. Which is the reason why I didn't leave them in there, because there's a lot of them. And I've got some nonfiction as well. A lot of the nonfiction is game design books. And of course, I closed out most of the strategy guides. Guess I could have left the comic books and art books up, but I didn't. But if we go under gaming memorabilia, you know, I've got my Fallout 76 backpack that I carry everywhere. This thing's amazing. I've got my action figures here. Yeah, my Wing Commander books aren't listed. I need to go back and actually put them in there. But I've got a couple of action figures, stuff autographed. Some of the fun stuff, like I have from Showbiz. Some of the cassettes and records of some of the animatronic music. What else have I got? A lot of DVDs, some HD DVDs, a license plate. That was fun. A lot of soundtracks. More soundtracks than you might expect, actually. Most of the time because they came with something. Double Dragon on VHS. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of part of my collection here. The gaming oddities section, I didn't really skip over it because I didn't want to, but I have stuff that's like, these are burned discs for Battle Realms, G-ROM, and a couple of others. I think the Legend of Mana disc I have is a prototype or review disc. So, yeah. What the hell is Doki Doki Gravity Drive? I've got to see this. Meow. Can I pick it? Whoop. This is an ASCII. ASCII is wondering why her daddy is holding her. Okay. What downloads do I have downloading? Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition and MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. Okay. Update. What are the invites? Sure. That's great. Jesus Christ! MechWarrior, what are you doing? 29 gigabyte update? Dude, you need a diet! Oy. Ah, must have cut itself off. I was testing something out. Well, guys, I'm exhausted. I'm going to go lay down. That was fun discussing books and stuff. If people want to do that again, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace out, everybody.